Hey, good morning, everybody. It's your old buddy Hank. I am over at Gabe Tiberino's house, longtime Philadelphia mural arts artist Gabe Tiberino's house in Powelton Village, where he keeps portraits that he painted of his folks on the front door. But that's not quite why I'm here. I'm here to talk to Gabe, who is sneaking in the side door right over here. Hey, Gabe, how are you?
How's it going, Hank?
Thanks so much for having us, man. It's a pleasure to see you. I was just bringing everybody around in over the side door, man. And forgive me for walking too slow, man, because when we go into your backyard, there's just a ton to see all the time.
It's all good. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Now, what we're about to walk into is both your backyard, but it has also been coded years ago. I think you said the Rendell administration has been coded a museum. Is it not?
Yes. This was the Tiberino Museum, and yes, Rendell helped us get it all started, and this place has been going on since back in the 70s. In the 60s, my dad was back here doing his thing.
It's incredible.
Getting it all started.
Well, we'll talk about him for sure. Tell me a little bit about Gabe Tiberino's art. I mean, there's some stuff here, and you said this is not done yet. This is a work in progress, but this is a self-portrait, and I love what you've got going on in the background. I like when art is a little bit dissonant. I like how shadows or something that you're doing with the blue there. I don't quite understand, but I do love the way it looks.
Oh, thank you. I'm getting real personal with that one. That's the chance for you to see a work in progress.
You don't get that chance that often, yeah.
Yeah, not much. So yeah, unless you're seeing me live painting, or sometimes I might share something online when I'm working on something. But
is live painting something you do? I know a cat that actually likes to paint along with jazz artists.
I do. Not all the time, but maybe like once or twice a year. Sometimes I'll do a live painting at different events. Like I think the last one I did was down at the Kimmel Center at the beginning of the year, actually.
Tell me a little bit about this one, because this was an omnibus. I mean, you got Luda down here, you got Kanye, there's Eve. I mean, you got rappers after rappers, you got 50, and it goes all the way down the list.
This is my Legends of Hip Hop series.
Legends of Hip Hop, the host Lauryn Hill, everybody's in here.
Hip Hop has always been a love of mine ever since I was a child. So.
Okay.
And always, the influence for these is always used to look at those magazines back in the day.
Of course.
Word Up, and you would see different collages of a bunch of different hip hop artists together, but I haven't seen anybody do an actual painting of it all. So a lot of times when people see this, they think it's a collage or something, but no, this is actual hand painted.
It looks good. All right, listen, tell me more about it. Now, Gabe, guys, you should know, and Gabe, I'm here to be corrected and here to learn. Gabe has like 20 or 30 mural arts pieces up all across the city. Gabe's been working with them for a long time. I don't know if this is one of them or not. Is that, first of all, is that true? And where can we find some of your stuff in mural arts?
All around the city. I've started working with mural arts when I was 16, when I just volunteered. I volunteered on a mural, and then after that I met Jane Golden, and she's like, wow, you did all this, like you're hired. And so ever since then, I've been working on and off with mural arts. I started off assisting lots of different artists that was coming from all around the world, and then I started doing my own murals. And there's an example that's like me working in the studio, and that's one on the wall. That's in West Philly.
Yup.
But I have works all over West Philly, North Philly, Center City.
Gotta ask, was it helpful for you to have an artist for a dad, an artist for, I'm guessing, an artist as a mom as well?
Absolutely. I mean, I almost had no choice but to be an artist. I grew up in an environment full of artists and creativity, so, and my dad was always pushing me to do art. So,
like any particular kind? Like, give me an example of some stuff that your dad would do to get you arted up.
Well, yeah, he would always be back here painting himself too.
Right.
So
your kid wants to do what his dad's doing, right? A lot of times.
He was definitely a good influence on the art. So I would always be watching him, and he would just, he would give me some supplies and tell me to join him. And then he started teaching me how to draw portraits at a very young age. So when I was very young, I became very good at drawing portraits, and I actually had my first art show when I was 8 years old on South Street.
How old were you when you painted this self-portrait, which is extraordinary? If it's not a self-portrait, you painted a portrait of someone that looks exactly like you. What I do love about it is there's an angelic kind of a vibe about it. It does have a halo, the man in the picture who is you, and there's also these you discover treasures where others see nothing unusual. These little, they look like fortunes from perhaps a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, yes. This was a mixed media piece. It's acrylic and oil, and then it has the collage fortunes that's going around it, and all of them represent me. And the piece is called "You Are Unlimited," and that was actually just from one of the wordings and going around the halo.
Gabe, do you take a picture of yourself and then paint that? Do you paint from your memory of what your face looks like?
No, I've took pictures. I look in the mirror. I've used it's a few different ways you can do it, but I think this one was a mixture of photographs and looking in the mirror.
Amazing. Good stuff. And guys, you might have noticed while we were back here, we have mentioned Gabe's dad a couple of different times. Look at what's up on the walls. Look everywhere around you. You're completely surrounded by art back here. And isn't this backyard a little bit big for Philadelphia? Yes to all of that. We're going to tell you why and the impact Gabe's father and mother made back here on this backyard and on the city at large when we get back. Give me 2 minutes, more Uncut coming up. All right, guys, the museum is closed now, but that won't stay the case for long. If Gabe Tiberino does grant you the privilege of coming back to his yard, two things. Say yes, number one. And number two, cut yourself out as much time as he'll allow you to be back here, because every time you turn around, everywhere you look, there's something else to see. And right now, behind me, I've got just an extraordinary piece of his father's work. And so much of it is three-dimensional. There are shades built. There are covers built over and plants laid down. There are pen setup tableaus.
Like if you look at this mural, the flat part in the back that's not like three-dimensional, I painted that.
You painted that?
Yeah, back. I think I did that when I was.
Is that like Walt
16.
Whitman, maybe? I don't know.
No, that's him actually.
That's your dad? Fair enough. All right, I don't know.
I should have pulled out.
Wait, show me some of the rest of it. Show me the piece that you said was on his on the barroom door.
Okay.
With the bar that he owns.
Yeah, there's a few pieces actually.
Not this one, guys. That's some work that Gabe's doing right now. I love that piece, by the way.
But yeah, these pieces here, the ones that looked a little older and worn down, these used to be on the front of the Bacchanal down on 13th and South Street.
You remember that bar? Anybody watching the Bacchanal?
And, yeah, probably closed down around 1992 or so.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember having a birthday party and stuff there when I was a little kid.
Well, you got a bar over there. If you look through, you can see you got a bar over there, which is never a bad thing. But you've also got this happening, Gabe, which is maybe this is Gabe's stairway to heaven, man. But it winds up right up here, and you're covered up and everything. I mean, you can see how big it is. Again, there's cats all over the place, which I love. Cat's kind of a living art project out here.
I don't even know that cat.
You don't know this one?
I don't know that one.
There actually are some strange cats out here. Check this one out. Now, is this the same work as the gentleman that you were telling us about a minute ago?
Yes, that's Joe Bremen.
Okay. And this is Joe Bremen as well?
That's also Joe Bremen.
I love the shape of this and the way it works out. And then you just have those hands and that face come out there.
Yeah. He's we had some other sculptures, but they're indoors. But those are the ones that are allowed to be outside.
Talk a little bit about the museum and the state that it's in right now. I mean, the impression that I'm getting is that you kind of want to get it open back up again.
Yeah, right now it's closed, but we're doing major cataloging of all the Tiberino family artwork and major renovations. So we're about to redo a few of these buildings here and make everything fresh and new, and by the summer of 2025 we should be back open. That's the plan. So this is designed for the mural I'm painting right now, and when that's finished, that's going to be up on around 48th and Lancaster.
It's going to be colossal. It's going to be a huge mural.
Yeah, there's a church called Christian Stronghold, and it's going to be on the whole back of that building, and it's facing an elementary school on the other side of the street.
That's exciting, Gabe. Was this ever like a theater back here? What was you have going back here?
Yeah, so when the Tiberino Museum was going, we had a lot of different events. We had, sometimes we would have like live bands playing.
Sure.
We would have, all types of different shows. We had this thing called Carnivolution that was wild. It was kind of like, a carnival with people doing crazy stunts. And
Gabe, tell me a little bit about that painting. That's a little bit away from what you've.
Yeah, my subject
and
matter.
Good work, but crazy.
My subject matter is all over the place.
Okay.
Like with my work, I pretty much try to just, capture the times, and I just paint what I see and what what I'm feeling at the moment.
All right, guys, we're back in Gabe's backyard over here in Powelton Village. I just want to show you something up close and something strange. It's a little bit of an art cue from Gabe and also from his father. It's had everything to do with the Gulf War. Here is the sort of skeleton face that he is painting into this Gulf War picture that he said he had painted back in something like '06, but he says he's come back to it, and now this soldier perhaps has become a skull or a skeleton, maybe an ugly statement on what happens to folks in war. But if you look over here, and Gabe told me that his father probably passed away, I want to say 8 years ago. If you look over here, I thought I found some artwork that Gabe had done, but it turns out it wasn't Gabe's artwork at all. It's Gabe's father's artwork. It's built on as a part of this wall, and there's also the soldier who is, in fact, a skull or a skeleton behind. So it's almost like a strange father-son theme, and the joy or celebration on the face of former President Bush is certainly compelling as well. Gabe, again, the more I stagger around your garden, your dad's garden back here, the more things that I see that trip me out and make me wonder, man. That's
yeah, right?
It's a beautiful thing. I guess that was the point of the museum in the first place, right?
Yeah, sometimes it takes years to like notice stuff back here. Like I might even still notice new things every once in a while, and I've been here my whole life.
I would imagine. Yeah. So talk to me about what we got coming up. I think it's October.
Oh yeah,
is the planned
October
release date.
19th.
Okay.
G-Tiberino Studios launch and art show is gonna be here. I'm gonna be showing all my latest work.
The show's gonna be here in the yard in the museum.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the show is gonna be here, so everybody can come and get a chance to check out the place. I'm gonna have a few walls of my artwork hanging up and some artwork on easels. I'll have tables of my merch out, so people can buy prints and T-shirts or original paintings if they'd like. And,
now, what day is it again? Will it be all day?
October 19th.
Which is Saturday?
It's a Saturday from 3 to 6 o'clock.
Okay, so in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon,
Saturday
October
afternoon.
19th. There we go.
Just 3 hours. It's going to be like a movie.
G-Tiberino Studios. Tell me a little bit about that, what the hope for is on there.
So it's basically, it started out of a way for me to just expand. I wanted to expand my artwork more, and I had a website before, but it wasn't as it was getting old, and I needed to redo my website, and I just started to redo. I just wanted to start a whole new brand, so I just I came up with a logo. I got my whole business started.
Why not?
I spent I taught myself how to do the website and everything. It maybe took a little longer than it should have, but I have, if you go to G-Tiberinostudios.com, or you can go to my Instagram.
G-Tiberino Studios, or his Instagram, guys. As I continue, I don't mean to divert, but these are pen and ink.
Yes.
There's nothing but a pen.
These are all pen drawings that I did of very influential people to me. And
is that the dude from the X-Clan?
No, but that's funny because... because they do sort of dress.
Yeah, they used to the east, my brother, to the east. Yeah,
it's not him. That's actually his name is Phil Valentine.
This is Phil Valentine.
Dr. Phil Valentine.
Dr. Phil Valentine. Again, it's October 19th. You come out here and check out Gabe Tiberino's museum in the back. Give me a brief, quick word before I say goodbye on the role that this museum has in Philadelphia history. People may not know.
Oh, well, this is like an art sanctuary. Like, people who know. Most of the artists around the city know us, and I'm just trying to continue the legacy, and we're gonna bring the museum back, and G-Tiberino Studios is off to a good, strong start, and I hope to see you guys out here on October 19th. 3 to 6.
There it is.
You can come and talk to me and meet the artists.
And buy some art. Left. At the end of the day, come out, G-Tiberino Studios, Tiberino Art. Check in with him online to find out exactly where, but it's October 19th at 3 o'clock back here in the back of the museum. Meanwhile, get close to somebody that you love, give them a hug, tell them that you'll be there for them, and they'll tell you the same thing.